So, last session, Nightmare found themselves battling a losing fight. There was no victory to be had in the Shadowfell, except for regaining a lost ally. So, you all fled. Through Jet Neptune's clever use of spell, you teleported back to the main area where you first came to the Shadowfell from. Not all of your companions joined you, however. The mage that worked with Drakova stayed behind, but soon showed himself as well, bringing a few survivors from the great battle at Stalingrad. Now, you all find yourselves in a new structure, safe from the outside world for now. And you all had a pleasant, dreamless sleep, and find yourselves waking in the morning. I believe... So, Q, you know what your room looks like now?
He does not. I did not have a chance to explain it.
Okay.
Oh, no.
He was not here last. He was the only one that was not here during the explanation.
Gotcha. I thought you would have just filled them in. So
I didn't have a chance. I haven't had a chance to talk to you. I could do it right now if you want me to.
Yeah. So, describe where Q finds himself waking.
All right. So as this is before everyone goes to bed. As Q stumbles back from the bar after drinking a lot. That's where we left you, by the way. Really funny.
Yeah. You had essentially.
How did I get to the bar?
I think. I think I texted you like the day of what it was. But essentially, Warforged it was like.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So,
When did I take that?
So
when you were here.
So I bring you up to the 8th floor, and we're in a pentagonal structure or area, and there's 5 walls, and I bring you to a door with a. Let me put my glasses on so I can read this. A symbol of that's Toto's room. A symbol with the gear and a crown on top. You open the door and you see a very well furnished room with a fireplace, 2 doors towards the back of the room. I open one of them and it leads. One of them is a bathroom, very nice, very lavish. All the structure is very reminiscent of Midas, in terms of how the architecture was on the inside, especially in the tower. For I felt you probably spent most. I'm gonna guess that for your backstory or your character, you probably spent most of your time there, so it's probably more reminiscent of that. The other door, I open it up and it's completely empty. And I ask, King Prize, my friend, will you do me a favor and step into this closet?
This is gonna end in a joke, isn't it?
Well, if you have to...
You can never leave otherwise.
Yes, you will be trapped forever. No, trust me, you'll like it.
All right. I walk into the closet.
I take my hand off the door and I'll say, close the door and say the phrase Pulishimi.
All right. Close it. Kulishimi.
The door opens once more, and as you step out, you are completely polished, waxed, clean. Any scratches are buffed. You are as if a brand new machine that has just left the manufacturing grounds. It is a means of what's the stone that you have that cleans you?
The cleansing stone.
Yes, but on an extreme manner.
Looks like you finally took a shower.
You can see the visible disappointment that I no longer have like blood and fucking shit all over my fucking armor.
No longer you have musk around you, you stinky fella.
Yeah.
But what's
I
cool
now look like a clean beetle instead of like a fucking dirty ass Chinton.
What's cool is that there's actually a full-size painting of you on one of the walls of the room. It's about your exact height and size in terms of the frame, and specifically, it is a portrait of you. You're holding the Sunforger with one hand. It's raised to the sky as light flames swirl around the hammer. And if you look closely, the swirls are actually slowly moving around them as if it's animated. You see one glowing eye, white glowing eye, as you see a bunch all around him. A bunch of metal clenched fists are raised to the air.
Hell
It's just
yeah.
it's just a portrait of you.
That's dope as fuck.
It is pretty cool. Everyone else has similar shit. For instance, like Toto's is he's like cross-armed, very swole, blue horns, demon form, but his echo is giving him bunny ears behind him. Pretty
Nice.
and some other quick details since you weren't here. Um, there are 8 floors specifically, and there on the first floor there's a dungeon. So if we ever needed to, get somebody, we can store them in a certain place, as well as if you need anything at all, just call for a servant and they'll come and aid you as best of their ability, as well as there are, how should I say, hidden compartments and other weird crevices around this area. Um, Such as loose frames that open up into a compartment or shortcuts that leads between floors. In the
Nice.
short of it, I myself had been given a skeleton of this place and I filled it. In terms of the actual inner workings, do not know shit. So you are encouraged to, if you feel like it, to role play and try and look for some stuff. And if you happen to find something, then either report it to a servant, keep it to yourself, do whatever as you please.
So, what is this place? Is this our new crib? Did you conjure this up, or
this
we're
is
still in Dracovia?
Jake's place. This is I magically created this place. It's called Vanderburg Sculpted Sanctuary. It's like Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion.
Okay, that's what I was kind of thinking.
We are safe here for 24 hours. Nothing can get in and out unless I invited it in the first place. You can eat, drink, anything you want in here. The only thing, though, is that if you're like, hey, I want a diamond, and they give you a diamond, if you try to leave with that diamond out of the place, it won't happen. Vice
Gotcha.
versa. If you bring something inside and leave it here, it will be shunted out after the 24 hours. However, you can still craft stuff. So if you bring materials from the outside and the inside, you can still use tools to make something.
Yeah,
because
it's
on
just
the 5th
object
floor-
permanence, basically.
Exactly. On the 5th floor, there is. Oh no, I'm sorry. The 6th floor. No, wait. I'm sorry. Which floor is it? There's a lot of floors. I think it's the 3rd floor, actually. Yeah, the 3rd floor. One is a spell and alchemy area. The other one's actually like a full-on forge blacksmith workshop. Like, you go hog wild if you want to make something. Leatherworking, tinkering, anything. There's also a training floor with a sand pit if you want to fight with somebody. 4th floor, I believe, is a library. Yeah, it is a library. 5th floor is the that is actually the wine cellar. The 6th floor is the dining room, and it's also our quote unquote Hall of Victory room. Where when you were there, you actually saw your Sunforger in a display case, but all the items you see are actually replicas. Like you saw Craven Edge, and you saw like Toto's Flame Tongue halberd. A lot of cool shit. The 7th and 8th floor are our rooms. Jet 10 and Dracova are on the 7th floor with the guest room, and then we're on this floor, and so on and so forth. There are two phrases that I believe, if I ask Dustin correctly, I think are only locked to me specifically, but however, they are still good to know. The first one is "I'll see you below," which essentially drops someone on any floor into one of the open cells in the dungeon. They just instantly end up there. They just drop in. The second one is "Lockdown," where I can lock down the entire mansion or floor where everything is arcane locked. You can't get in and out unless it's the party. So if we had a prisoner that escaped the dungeon, they can't leave the mansion unless we're there or they are a higher mage than 7th level to unlock the lock.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. Um, there's actually one more thing I'm probably going to describe before giving the reins back to Dustin. It's actually the main paint, or it's not the main painting. In the dining room, on the wall, it's actually a giant stained glass mural of our big fight in the Coliseum. So I'm just going to quickly give that description because it was a pretty cool moment. Um, you see a painting or you see a mural of Nightmare in the midst of a battle within the Coliseum. You see an eldritch dragon holding a yellow cloaked individual with a glowing crown above his head, with as black flames trickle down his arms as he points towards the creature. Above him, you see a black mist with a huge, long black glowing, or with a long black sword slashing downward towards the tentacles holding the figure. On the ground, you see two large, ogre-sized, full-plated armored juggernauts grappling and holding the wings down of the beast. On the back, you see a blue-skinned, four-armed monk with a readying posture of a downward strike, a brick break strike, as you will, with black energy emanating around his wrappings. Finally, you see a man of metal, red hot with steam, billowing from the top of the crown attached to his head as you see him throwing a glowing bright red hammer as it begins to be engulfed in flames.
That is fucking sick.
So essentially, I kind of redacted the other group that was helping us, and I just put us in the fucking middle of that battle.
Hell yeah, dude.
But it's
Hell yeah, that's propaganda, dude. I fucking love that shit.
There is a lot more detail, but in the actual, if you're curious on the Discord, I sent a link to this page, and essentially, if you want to describe your room differently, if you want to add more details to it, you are fully welcome to edit your room. So that is completely yours. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. Like if you wanted a fucking water slide in your room, probably can be done. You know, just like type it in the thing and call it good. Basically, everything else though, such as like all the other floors can't be changed unless you want something added. That's something you're gonna have to like ask me or Dustin about. But your room, you're free to like put what you want. I just put nice furniture and shit. But if you wanted more details or something else,
Yeah,
that
you
is
good.
completely yours to do with as you will.
All right, give me access to that doc because I just tried. So
Do you not have access? I thought I.
no, I said request sent. So you gotta push
thought
me
I
through.
opened one. Okay. I'll,
You're good though.
but yeah. Do you have any questions?
Yeah. What's the next move? Is basically it. Like, what? Like, does the party know yet, or are we just like recuperating from the battle still?
Dustin,
think-
do you want to give the down thing on that? I suppose, or
Well-
Nate or anyone?
Well, I was gonna say, I think kind of our plan was we have all these new guys as well that'll be able to help us.
You should be good, Q.
If we can transport them to Dracovia. The problem is though is you know, I guess the process of transporting them, and then after that, I don't know. I think like that's kind of what we're at right now. We got a decent chunk of people saved, so we can transport them and bring them to Dracovia. You know, to like join there. We got the mage, and then a bunch of like we got mage, a decent number of foot soldiers, and then also a few clerics.
The only thing
Okay.
though is if you bring them back, I can only bring about 7 to 8 people at a time, so it's
Yeah,
going to
so you
take a
might need
couple
to-
of trips.
Basically,
So-
we're just gonna have to take a couple days recuperating and going back and forth.
After this, like little walkthrough with Jake, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go talk to my boy fucking Sturgikova,
Oh yeah.
and I want to ask you, Nate, basically, how is the war going? Like, was that the turning point? Is it like time to really like rally and possibly like evac Dracovia to like our new place, or
No,
like
that
are we gonna
was,
stand here and fight?
No, that was probably the worst point. That was probably the turning point for us losing that city, officially.
Okay.
There's not many strongholds left inside of Falcovnia anymore.
Mhm.
Due to the leadership of the current what's it called? Fuhrer King.
Mhm.
They are, they're a shadow basically of what their father was. They're really shitty.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think they have the leadership potential to lead like that. And by the fact that they basically were just garrisoning me with brand new soldiers on the front lines shows that this was, basically they I think more the reason they put me in that city was because they were hoping I would die because they're not a big fan of myself.
Gotcha.
So kind of murder by put on front lines and ill-equipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask, Sir Jakovia,
Mhm.
with all that in mind, what is your next move? I see two paths for you, possibly, but perhaps you have a different thing in mind. I'll stand by you if you wish to stage a coup in your home region and take power. I will help you. You're a good leader and I trust you here. However, if you wish to return and bring your people, our region of Dracovia is always welcome, and it is after this namesake and yours. So, your people, they will be taken care of if you return all with us, if we can find a way.
Well, seeing as I have better knowledge of how this plane of existence works now, no matter if I staged a coup, it wouldn't matter.
Boys, I'll be right back. I have to go
I
pick
would
up
not-
Zah.
I would never be able to lead this land. As long as there's still good in my heart, I could never be its leader. Due to that, though, and seeing that my men, or what's left of them, have made it out, I'd like to try to give them a better life. So I think taking them with us and leaving here would be the best option. In my travels, this isn't the first time I've left this land. I actually recently came back only about 10 years ago.
Then I suggest-
A lot has happened since I've been away. I've learned a lot more, and I've met a few different people that have helped me to understand how the world works better. So, I'm
Well, then
just glad
before we
to see
depart
you
this
all
tower,
alive.
yeah. Then before we depart this tower, we'll talk to the party and we'll try to organize getting as many people out as we can.
Aye.
And if you wish to do a little hit and run before we leave, get any last blows in, I'm down for that.
I don't see any options for that right now. I think the best course of action is getting these people out of here, and after that, I would like to get, something checked on by the mage that I brought with me, or I see that we have new, magically inclined individuals in our group. Do tell me about them.
Ooh, I don't think I can describe them off the top of my head, man. Sorry.
Okay, all good. I was just talking about Jet Neptune and Tenpenny.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
why
no.
don't you asking yourself, Jakova?
Oh, yeah, that's a good cop out. Yes. Well, rather than me describe them, how about you go meet them?
Well, seeing that they both retired for the evening, I suppose that I will have to wait on that.
Oh, is this the night before, or is this the morning?
This is the night before.
You see,
Oh, okay.
Jet Neptune just wakes up from his elvish meditation, walks out.
Oh yeah.
No,
What, is it like 4 hours?
I think Dusty ruled that it needs to be 8 hours, if I remember correctly. So for that reason,
No, he's going to he's done with the sleep part. Like he's just now in the long
he's
rest
just
part
chilling
where he's
out?
he's going to go
Okay.
get a glass of water and do some light activities for the rest of the night.
Well, my
Jet
magical,
Neptune,
my new
come on
magical
over.
friend. Do you by chance happen to know how to use the spell Identify?
Jakova or
I'm Jacoba's asking Jet Neptune. Give me a second. Jet Neptune turns to Jakova and says, "By chance, I do actually." Splendid. Would you perhaps be willing to use that on this here lance? Jet Neptune looks at it and says, "I would love to, but seeing that I have not finished my rest, I do not have my spell slots back. I cannot." So Due to this reason.
Since I'm there, and I guess this is the before I bring up or before I show King Prize's room. When you say inspection, or I'm sorry, what was it?
Identify.
Identify. I look over and I say, "Oh, I do." Even though he
wait,
can't.
Jet Neptune will take a look at it though and see if he knows if he can
Is
beam
there-
anything off of it.
so Jet Neptune is a wizard, right? Doesn't
Yes,
he get
he's a
arcane
wizard.
recovery?
He does have arcane recovery, but he used it all. Actually, wait a minute. Identify what spell slot. Oh, actually, I do have
It's
two
your
spell
first level,
slots.
but
Never
you
mind.
need a.
You know what? Oh yeah, I don't have the what's it
Pearl.
called?
I do
Pearl.
though.
Oh well, Jake has a pearl.
Oh, which is why I was like, "Oh, Jet Neptune can." Well, I can, and I do have the pearl on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Jet Neptune was just gonna take a look at it without doing it. And he got a 24 on it, so I don't know if he can. I'm assuming he can tell it's magical at least.
No, you can't
But that's
tell.
actually. I'm assuming he can't tell what it does though. And the
No,
actual
he
full
can't tell
effects.
that it's magic. He thinks it's regular.
No, that's just a lance. It might be for all I know. I don't know.
It's a lance that's magic. I knew it.
All right. Well, my friend Johannes, would you mind taking a look at this?
Sure. I grab the lance, put it on the bar table, and I pull out my book and I start doing the ritual for identify. After I think it's like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, it's 10 minutes.
After 10 minutes, the book flashes and I get the instant knowledge of the lance. What do I know, Dustin? Tell me all the juicy details.
Did you grab the lance or the armor too? Forgot.
I grabbed both. If there was
Both?
anything left, I would have grabbed it.
Okay.
I could do both. I mean, a ritual doesn't cast a spell slot.
Yeah, if you can do both, then fuck it. I would grab
Okay.
both.
So you're doing the lance first?
Yeah,
Sure.
we'll do the lance first.
Let me see.
Who still wears armor in our group? I think just
As you say that, I like glance at like King Prize and I continue doing my ritual.
I give
aren't
you a
like
side eye.
Aren't you like a barbarian though? Like
Yeah, but it doesn't count because it's my skin.
He's
Oh,
like
that's
he's
true.
like he is a metal man of armor.
Well, I mean, like you and Toto basically are the only two, so I guess like it turns down to whoever has worse armor if this is good armor.
I'm not taking off my chint and shit. This shit's fucking goated. I love it.
Ah, so it's a Toto option. You hear that, Toto?
He's gone.
Silence.
Yeah, he's driving right now.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he went to go pick up my pizza.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Bet. Well, when he gets back, he might have a little surprise for him.
All right.
So what do we
Yeah.
know about this baby boy?
Okay. This is the lance of Eben.
I'm my
was-
favorite.
That is what it is. That was his
That is,
lance.
technically it is that.
you are
yeah.
you are true, Dustin.
It is
You
a-
are true.
It's a +3 lance that does an additional 3d8 necrotic damage upon a hit. Additionally, if yeah, it's pretty much normal lance past that, I believe. Where it does
Nothing,
like
no
if
other
you're mounted
effect?
if you're mounted while wielding it, there's a DC 15 strength saving throw, or the person you're against falls prone.
Oh. Bet.
Okay.
Did you
So
send
I
this
look
to me
at
by
it
chance,
and I
Dustin?
look at that and I say, well, turns out this is not magical. It's actually very mundane.
I mean, it does an extra 3d8 necrotic damage.
No, I
which
mean
is
like it's a
9.
regular lance. It's not even magic.
Oh.
Jet looks at it and says, "No, that's definitely magical."
You got me.
I will say, when if Jakova touches it, it does light up, similar to Eben's when he touched it. But when, like, say, Johannes or like strangely any living person touches it, it is not as bright or flashy.
Ah, so it's a whole
It's an
undead
undead
wielding type
property.
thing.
Which you realize there is an extra feature. Specifically, if you cast Identify on it again while Drakova is touching it, you realize that it has an undead component. If wielded by an undead creature, it creates an aura of smoke around them that gives disadvantage to attacks against them.
Like, is it
Yo!
darkness or is it like a smoke screen?
It is like a sulfuric black smoke screen that is surrounding of your person while
Got
you
it.
wield the weapon. If you are
I imagine
only
it's
if
like
you are,
the ebony
Because, like,
chainmail.
the
That's
smoke and
dope.
darkness are different, if I recall.
Yeah, how big is the radius of smoke that gives disadvantage?
if the creature is more than 5 feet away.
Okay. Bet.
So it's
All right.
basically used well against like ranged combatants.
That makes sense. This is when I get that bat back. This is going to be very nice to attack on a mounted. Now we're all getting our mounts. We're getting our flying mounts. Toto's got his fucking
You're in
You
your
know.
mounted arc.
pterodactyl. I'm in the mounted arc now. Now it's Sky Warrior. I'm like
Everyone
Sky
everyone
Knights.
has like a pet of some kind. You got Ten with his demonic penguin. You got Toto with his fucking dinosaur. You got Jet Neptune with his fucking fire tiger or whatever. You got King Prize with his metal wolf or whatever that thing was, a stalker. And then you
Yeah.
got
Oh
Cobra with
yeah,
his,
Steel Predator.
Yeah, you got Blade Wolf.
Cobra has a bat, and Johannes had a lava worm that tried to eat everybody.
Yeah. Pet arc.
Pet arc.
All right.
Pet arc.
And now I pull out the armor and I say, "Would you be able to look at this as well?" And Dusty, could you send me the text for that if you have it on hand?
I do not have
Ready
it
to-
on hand.
Okay, all good. I can write it in later.
I crack my knuckles, but before he hands it to me, do I notice it because of the lance having a glowing property? Does the armor seem different when he grabs and picks it up compared to when it was placed on the wherever it was before? Like, is there a noticeable difference like the lance?
No.
Okay, then I'll just cast Identify when he gives it to me.
Okay. There is a sheet that you can all now edit called Lance of Ebon. I will put the information in there. If you want to write it for
Okay.
me, that would work.
I don't remember what you said. Tell me later. You can just read it to me or
Yeah.
like just say it to me and I'll type it in. We'll do that later.
Gotcha.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So you identify the plate mail next, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
The plate mail of Ebon roils with energy of undying evil. It is innately magical, but will take some effort to function correctly. Someone with a proficiency in smith's tools can melt the armor of the Ebon Knight into a workable armor of invulnerability that also grants resistance to necrotic damage.
Ah.
This would take
Oh.
about 10,000 gold pieces to craft in about 30 days to make.
I tell him exactly what you just said.
So when they say crafting that,
You mean like upgrading or like?
it would only make plate damage, right? Or plate armor, right? You couldn't make like half plate or something like that.
I'd say as it's a craftable item, I'd say you can make it smaller if you wish.
Interesting. I might use that.
It is a strong item.
Interesting. All right. I'll keep that in mind. Put that away.
Yeah, if you don't know what an armor of invulnerability does, resistance to non-magic damage while you wear the armor. Additionally, you can make yourself immune to non-magical damage for 10 minutes while wearing the armor. It can only be used once per day.
Basically.
Yeah, and it also has resistance naturally to necrotic damage.
Okay. If
So-
I use that ability, does it also make me immune to necrotic or no?
It does not. No, the necrotic
Okay, so
stays.
No matter what, resistant to necrotic. That's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty baller.
Mhm. And 10 minutes of invulnerability to non-magic damage.
Yeah, that's a long battle, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It is a very potent.
Makes sense why 10,000 gold.
Uh huh.
Good to know. I bet. Okay. That is a good thing to make note of because I was gonna say if need be as well. I'm not necessarily saying for myself. We could also possibly do that for one of like our magic casters. Like make like some
Oh, that would be
medium
great
or
for them.
like
Yeah, like hey,
Yeah.
save our squishy dude.
That would be nice.
Yeah. So Just to keep in mind, just mentioning, But
That
yeah,
last
okay.
one was really rough.
That might help.
I literally died.
I will say, I will also retract my previous statement. You cannot make it out of smaller armor. It has to be plate mail specifically.
Okay.
Ah.
Never mind.
Because it
makes
is
sense.
it is meant to be covering your entire body.
Makes sense.
um,
I understand. I did see that. I looked up armor and vulnerability after you were reading it, and it says
Mhm.
only plate, so it
Yes.
makes sense.
Yeah, there's
I
no
get it.
It's really
Makes
funny though to fucking
Still though,
have our wizard fucking in that shit.
I would say King Emperor Prize. That is an option for you as well as for Toto. Or myself
Man.
still.
All right, I would love it, but like this armor that I'm wearing is already cursed, so I can't take it off. So we would need that fixed, and
I
then
think Jet can cast Remove Curse.
oh, then the other thing too is like if we shape this armor like we commission it, can I ask them to make it look exactly like the armor that I was just wearing?
Yeah.
I assume it'd probably be black though.
Okay.
It'd be like a
Black would be dope.
dark metal. Yeah, okay.
What's the current armor you're wearing?
Is it
The living armor.
Okay. It is cursed.
Like I said, I have Remove Curse. I don't have it prepared right now, but I
I'm
can
trying to
cast it.
remember. Oh yeah. Yeah, it needs fresh blood.
Yeah, but I don't have blood.
Mm-hmm.
Gang, gang.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
like
the
actually the
cop-out.
perfect armor. Yeah, for you. But yeah, this also could be very very helpful. So yeah, just either.
I mean, if the stats match, I definitely would take that incredible fucking half damage, like for all fucking landed hits.
Yeah, you take half damage, and then for like what's it called? For 1 minute, you can, or not 1 minute, 10 minutes, you can use an action to activate it. You take no damage from non-magical slashing, bludgeoning, or piercing.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Yeah.
basically means like
Save that for the
most
BB.
attacks. Yeah,
And
most attacks.
I will say there would be no reason to go into a rage. That would be
is
the only thing.
downside,
I get advantage on my attacks though when I do the reckless rage.
Yeah, so reckless isn't bad, but like it just.
But you can take reckless attack without raging.
Oh yeah, I could.
Yeah, that is.
Still, I would definitely do the rage though for RP though.
Well, I was gonna say you could also do the rage for what's it called? Like enemies when you're not.
Well,
activating the ability.
frenzied rage is important. That gives you an extra attack.
Oh
for the
yeah.
frenzied rage.
Oh that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, frenzy rage. That makes
reckless
sense.
you can always do.
Yeah.
It's good.
It has its
Mhm.
uses.
I returned.
Welcome.
It's alright, because I'm probably not going to rage once I get my 2 levels in wizard too often because I get a buff on my AC if I just don't cast a spell every reaction.
Well then, yeah, that is an option then because well.
Oh yeah.
Let's say, well,
So-
you and Toto can fight over it. I'm probably not going to use it just because, like, I...
Fight over what?
Wait. So what is it right now?
Armor of Invulnerability, Toto.
What's it do?
It makes
resistance
you...
to non-magic
We're looping.
damage while you wear the armor, and additionally, you can use an action, I believe, to make it
Yeah, it's an action.
so you're immune to non-magic damage for 10 minutes.
Also,
Wait. Say that again.
You have resistance to non-magic damage.
So you said immune at first.
No.
Sorry, no resistance, and then you can use an action for once a day for 10 minutes. You are immune to non-magic damage. You also, automatically you have a resistance to necrotic damage
Like, permanently.
permanently
Armor.
because the armor is it roils with the energy of undying evil.
I think that would be better for my shit. For the Fuhrer phase.
You're more of a tank.
Yeah, I'm down
Yeah.
to you, Emperor Pride.
Plus, I can heal myself. I don't think you can forge and weld yourself back together like that.
No. Plus, then my
Yeah.
Chintan armor would just be black, and that's hella dope.
Yeah. All
Good
right.
luck getting your current armor off, though.
I remove curse, says Jet. Jet times it.
I knew we kept you around for
So-
a reason. I'm gonna
so
give him the most
nonchalant.
heavy-handed pet on the back that I can.
There is a reason why Jet is a court mage.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot that you're playing like 2 characters.
Well, not really. Jet's gonna go and do court mage stuff for a while.
Well, yeah, but like in the scene.
Oh yeah, in the scene. That's why I said. That's why they were like, "Oh, Jet just wakes up. You can talk to him." And I'm like, "Oh, hello, Elvish person." like, oh, hello, vampire man. You know.
I'm
Just go
from
talk to
Twilight.
yourself in the chat.
Yeah. So fun stuff.
For sure.
Oh yeah. So we just gotta take this fish to town. Get some
That
shit
lance
forward.
is sweet though. Oh, that lance is real sweet. Connor, you have a mounted combatant rival now.
I'm already halfway through my training.
All right, just you wait. So I get a feat soon, so might just have to fuck around. Have you find out?
We all rested while we're in here too, right?
Yeah, you at this point, I'm saying, you know, after the you look at the items that you've found off of Eben, you spend the night resting in your various rooms, and it is a dreamless sleep for all of you. And by the time you awake in the morning, there is a beautiful smell of different cooked meats emanating from the floors below, and you head off to the kitchen where you can see a series of small little mind flayers are in the midst of bringing their meals to your table. You can see sets of coffee have already been brewed, and you can see mugs are being passed out. There's bacon and eggs. There's hot cakes and cinnamon rolls and apple fritters and all manners of desserts and breakfasts for you to have in this fine morning. You can see Jake's the only really servant who speaks says, "Hey boss, welcome back. How was your sleep?"
Oh, like a rock, Murdoch, like a rock.
Good to hear it. We turned off the dreams last night, so hope you all got plenty of shut-eye.
I think so. We did as I look towards everybody. Could you do me a favor and prepare the war room before we're done with breakfast?
Aye, aye, sir.
I make a sly comment. You know, I say a kitchen sure does run well when it has a hive mind. As I sit down.
Huh?
He gives you like this big old, like very obvious wink as he walks off.
Oh, so for Q, you didn't know. So Murdoch, essentially, he is a fully grown mind flayer, but he has like a maroon fucking like outfit, like a tuxedo and shit like that. A maroon cap,
Oh, yeah.
has, like a fucking monocle and like a pipe and shit. Like it's pretty cool looking.
Does he tuck the pipe, like, with his tentacles underneath his other tentacles, and then like, just pull it out whenever he needs to?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Davy Jones basically.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Pretty
What's his
cool.
name?
Murdoch.
Murdoch, my boy. Gotcha.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. But breakfast is served. If there's anything else you would want for your breakfast, it's available. They they probably bring out like the Adderall orb for Emperor Prize.
Surprise.
The Adderall orb?
I love the Adderall word.
What is this?
It's your
You were
Warforged
drinking
drugs.
a lot last night.
Yeah. It's
How
your-
many Milli Vanillis?
Hell yeah.
You must be
You know-
terribly hungover. This is an Adderall orb. It makes your hangovers go away, or at least numbs the pain.
It allows you to get a degree.
Let you get up and drink again.
Yeah. They have to have something for the Warforged, back in the day.
Oh yeah, and you like
Like the
notice-
Germans
you,
with
like,
math.
you like look across the table at Toto, and you see like a frog, like a little grung is like on his shoulders, kind of just like perched like a parrot or like
His
a
name is
cat,
Deku.
Oh yeah, I didn't name it. It's whatever you want to name it, man.
Deku!
Deku the
Connor, bro,
Deku
why
the
did you cut?
My boy.
Connor, bro, why did you cut Deku's balls off?
Bro, it had to be done. I'm sorry, gang. Today's the day.
Geen. No, not Geen. No, I know exactly what show you're talking about. No. Fucking Way of the House Husband's awesome. I love that shit.
Fire. You did good, kid.
It just stopped.
Yeah.
But after.
I'm considering getting Deku a girlfriend.
Oh. After breakfast, I'm gonna head down to the 4th floor to the war room.
I'll be sparring with my grung.
Yeah. The war room is all set up. You know. Yeah. Ready for all of you.
All right.
Yeah, you guys can go do whatever. I'm kind of just preparing for what we're about to do. Connor's
I'll come
sparring
down.
with his drung.
Yeah, I'm gonna come down, armor off, a little sweaty, a little out of breath,
So yeah,
a little short.
War room is pretty cool. Essentially, it has all the information of Southern that we have of the world. Any person we've talked to, technically the information's there. So now we could just like, instead of it being like, "Hey DM, what's this?" Now we actually have a reason to be like, "Hey DM, what's this?" Because we actually have the information. All pretty cool stuff. A map of Southern. We have a giant fucking wooden round table basically with like Nightmare's symbol fucking like engraved into the center. You know, like there's like chairs going all the way around. It's pretty cool. But so how long until the mansion pops at this point?
You probably spent, let's see, maybe like 2 hours doing a tour, let's say, and like dinner, and then you all went to bed. So you're looking at, you know, you've only been in here like 10. At this point, I'll shove it, make it like 12 hours. So you have 12 hours left.
Got it. Okay. So who's there currently?
Mostly just your group, probably in the war room.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if Nate or Q wanted to go do something else or not.
Good.
Okay. So what's the
Be back.
what's the
What's the thing that you
plan?
handed
How
me
do
that
you
has
wanna-
to get
Well,
changed
Johannes,
into?
is there a way for you to be able to take everyone back in like shifts?
So the way that the spell works specifically is that 8 people interlink with me, and I can bring them back. However, the downside is that it's once a day. So once I do it, you won't see me for an entire day. So it's a very
A way to
24
be able to
hours
put
one
up-
way.
Is there a way to be able to put up this house, like this like protected area, while basically?
That is a very good question. There are 12 hours left specifically. If we were to wait the remaining 12 hours, first of all, let me see how many things I have. I have to roll for crown points again either way. That is a good question. If we wait around and I cast the spell once more and I immediately leave, who knows what may happen? It may instantly disappear. It may stay. I'm not entirely sure. It's not a concentration spell, but at the same time, I'm not sure if me leaving the plane will instantly dispel the spell.
Well, if it's 24 hours, I think the best chance of people surviving here during that time would be
Yourself,
Actual-
it'd probably be our main party, I would assume.
our main party, yes. So I would say for you to take back the other individuals first and come back for us, basically. But if possible, you know, if you can keep this spell up, you know, if this spell gets cast right before you leave, that way, ideally, by the time you can teleport back, we can put the spell right back up. And wait another 24 hours, you know, or however long it is, you know, once per day, to cast Dimension Door again.
I'm just getting my point. Alright, I have 8. I just rolled 2 plus 3, which is 5, and I had 3 already, so that's 8. I have 8 points, and it costs 7 points to do the mansion, so that's pretty fucking nice. So if I need to, I can definitely cast it again. But, yeah. Alright, so shall we wait the remaining time before I try to keep this, the mansion here, or what should
I want to do a check with Jet.
What do you mean by check?
A knowledge or like Arcana, I guess. Let me read this real quick.
A knowledge check. A check of
Knowledge.
knowledge.
An intelligence.
Knowledge.
It's actually intelligence. You fucking
Can I get a check of how many Ferraris are in my garage?
Hey, can I get the red check or like what's up?
Can I get that blue
Can-
check for 10.99?
Jet cast teleport between different planes.
No.
That is what plane shift is.
Teleport won't work between different planes. Okay, because I was reading the spell.
Well,
it doesn't say
that's the
anything
whole point of
that it
plane.
has
Plane
to be
shift
on the
is for
same
you to
plane.
teleport. To different
Whoa.
planes.
What? Huh? Nate, what kind of fucking logic is that, bro?
Well, my point though is
There's
that
nothing
I'm
saying I
assuming-
can't cast this
I'm
fireball into
assuming-
the fucking wild rift.
So the argument is, my point is, plane shift. There is no.
The
downside
destination you
effect, right?
choose must be known to you, and it must be on the same plane of existence.
Like, okay. That
As
doesn't. It doesn't say that on the Roll20 version right here.
It
That's why I was
does.
reading this.
It's at the top.
Oh, does it? Where one action, 10 feet, you and up to weight ruling creatures you can see within range. Verbal instantaneous description. The spell instantly transport you and up to weight ruling creatures you can see within range. A single object. You can see within range to a destination you select. If you target an object, it must be at least.
It's right above where it says permanent.
okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, so it's like in the middle, like a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Actually, now
The
that I think
reason
about
why
it,
It's
I
in the
was
first
saying-
paragraph if you like scroll up to like where
Yeah.
it's not in the spell card or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
now that I think about it, I might have a devious idea. So, as you know, I have the spell banishment.
I just
The
thought of the
banishes
same thing
creatures.
as you said that.
Oh.
Yeah, banishment too, and I was like, wait a minute. Emperor Prize is
They're
from
not
our
from
place.
this. They're not from this plane. So if I were to banish the creatures, will they stay? The only downside though is that if I were to banish them, there's no guarantee they may end up on Southern.
So the other creatures.
Ah, yes. That is true.
The other individuals, they're not from Southern. So if you cast banishment, I feel like would teleport back here, like happened to me.
No, I was referring to our party specifically.
But our party, yeah. So that is a good point. Jet as well has banishment.
The only thing though is that we're not guaranteed to land
So-
on Southern. If we do, there's
We
no
just
guarantee
go to
we're
from the
gonna
place
land
we
is-
last were?
So you want to know something kind of interesting? Technically,
Oh.
you're not even on the. You're not in the Shadowfell right now.
Mhm.
This is a pocket dimension that you are currently in.
Oh,
So
What?
if you were to cast banishment, no one would stay here. Like they would not return because they're not from this plane because it is a pocket plane.
oh.
So technically, they would go to whatever natural plane they would be from. So if you would teleport the soldiers, they would show up somewhere else within the Shadowfell.
No, well, so
From here.
what we were talking about was not the soldier. We were talking about casting banishment on our party.
For certain
Using-
members of the party
Using
specifically.
using plane
Certain
shift.
members, yeah.
Yeah, using
Yeah.
plane shift on
the rest, the
the-
people
the
who are
rest.
obviously not native to.
yeah. But
know, the
still,
world we're
I
going.
don't think. How many individuals are there in total, Dusty? I can't remember how many came.
Well, we have to keep in mind the biggest thing that yes, we can definitely do this. The only thing is that we can't guarantee we're going to end up on Southern, let alone specifically in Dracovia or Lucidia.
That is true.
I think
That
there's
is true.
11 in
Well,
total.
don't we have
You're gonna
that
end up
horn
in the
that
middle of
recalls
the
us back to our
fucking
mansion?
We do have
Yeah.
that horn. Does that work between dimensions?
I believe it's a teleport
No.
spell.
Teleport spell.
Well, if we get banished back, we
What's
can
the
use
range
that
on
to
the
get back
teleport
home.
spell?
That is true. 10 feet.
Okay, no. How far can it just take you anywhere you've been?
Anywhere.
I
Anywhere.
don't, I
that
don't,
you
I
know.
don't play mages, man. I don't know this stuff.
Bro, I can be in fucking goddamn Egypt right now. Like, I look at a picture of the pyramid, bam, I'm there.
Walk like an
Possibility, though,
Egyptian.
Yeah, depending on my fucking quality of roll, though, I might be inside the pyramid by accident. But my
Mhm.
point, though,
You
is
might
that as long as
accidentally
I'm looking at that
teleport
picture-
under some ice.
as long as I look at that the Google Maps image, satellite imagery of the pyramid right now, there's a good possibility I would be within 100 feet of it.
Get this man
Now,
on
here's the
GeoGuessr
thing,
right now.
Yeah.
We could definitely do that with certain specific party members. Like, for instance, if I did like Toto and King Prize, and then Jet Neptune did, or no, if I, yeah.
There's
If-
also
if,
the
like,
chance that even if we don't end up by Sutherland, we don't end up by each other either.
That is true.
What if we hold hands?
Yeah, that's something
I look you up and down as I say it.
I did think of that. I did think of that.
The power of friendship.
I did think of that, but I thought it was like magic.
No spell can tear us apart, Toto.
is if you cast banishment at a higher level, can you pick more targets?
Yeah, I pick one additional. It's fourth
Yes,
level,
okay.
but max is fifth.
So yeah, I can cast it at 6th level right now.
There's
And
there's
that's
another
six-
sim. Don't we have the spell plane shift?
We do, but the problem is we can only
he's
take
trying
8
to get the
people.
most bang for our buck.
Okay, so we just cast plane shift, wait the day, cast plane shift again,
That's
wait
what I
the
said
day,
originally.
cast plane shift again.
I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly
Yeah,
fine with
we were
that.
just like seeing if we can get them
That's-
all in one. The issue
Time is
that we're
is
having,
not real here.
Yeah,
the
I
issue,
kinda,
the
I
issue
do
that
agree.
we're having is that we
As long as we got a
can't-
good hidey hole.
The thing is though, is that I'd be leaving, and you guys wouldn't have a protection because if I cast my
Well,
mansion and I
can say
leave, there's no
from-
guarantee that my mansion will stay once I
I-
leave the plane.
So Jacobo would chime in and he'd say, I can say from knowledge, being here, that once a month is when the undead hordes invade, so anything that is left right now outside is the remnants of it. There won't be any reinforcement. The gates are sealed between the different planes right now. So there should be a lot less forces. We killed off a lot of them, so I don't expect too much in the area right around
All
now.
right.
But there still probably will be some. But that's part of the reason why I said I think a stronger individual should stay, just in case. And then at the same
I was gonna take all the weak ones and then come back.
that's what
I
I'm saying.
say
Yeah.
myself and Toto should stay, since we can get banished on spot if things get hairy.
Jacoba says he can stay. He knows it pretty well.
He's already been there.
Yeah.
That Neptune would probably stay.
Yeah, Jet would probably stay just so they have.
But first of all, how many fucking regular people do we have? That's
Yeah, that's what I
also.
was asking Dusty. Yeah, I don't know.
There are 11.
Fuck. This gonna be like 3 trips.
I mean,
How many
they are
people in our
normies.
party?
Just leave them.
Just leave them.
Jacoba looks at you and says, "We're not doing that."
So,
Just
you know,
putting it
like,
out there.
Do they want to come?
I go and I walk over.
Consent is important.
In. I open the door and I say, "All right, men, I present you with 2 options. Option 1: you stay stuck here in a dying land, abandoned, having failed your position to hold the city, knowing the wrath of Vladeska Drakov will most likely put you on the stake if you go back to her, or fend for yourselves in the undead hordes. Or, my proposition is, I own a nice little area, you can call it a trust fund location. It happens to be right next to a major city on a different continent where mostly undead don't roam around."
On a different plane.
Yeah, I kind of saying remember on a different plane. Would you be perhaps interested in that?
It's just a $200
What do they
deposit.
say, Dustin?
You see, so a lot of the soldiers, if I'm remembering correctly, are either too young or too old, correct?
It's not necessarily
Yes.
that. They're just
Yep.
unlike. Yeah, they're not very they're not well trained. Basically, it's conscripts right now. They're like getting like regular people, like peasants and stuff, like that. They're like, hey, basically, you're just coming with us, or like, you're gonna die. Like, most of these people probably aren't even from Falkovnia. At least a good, I'd say probably at least a 40% of them were captured slaves
Yeah.
that have no way to get back to their families. It's been years since they've been captured. Some of them might have been raised as slaves.
Gotcha.
We want to do a show of hands?
And any
Who
of
here
them
was born a slave?
the majority of them would have been. Basically, also, they all would know that basically, because they failed to hold the city, if they went back to the civilization, they would be impaled. That's punishment for failure in the military. Impalement.
Yeah, you get like you see they all start talking to each other and like kind of working it out. And in the end, you see the wizard. He's kind of taking a little bit of control there. I have nothing to go back to. Show of hands. If you would like to go, let me know. And you
In
see
this land,
they
we all will be free men.
they start raising their hands. The cleric does. Most of the soldiers. There is only one holdout. You see like this kind of like 60-year-old man who definitely was like not a. He definitely was a conscript, but he was not one of the slave ones. and you get the sense he's like conflicted. And then he says, "Fuck it, I hate my wife," and raises his hand as well.
I hate my wife.
Fuck that bitch.
And he finally raises his hand, and it's unanimous.
I lean towards that dude and I say, "Don't worry, where you're going, you'll be considered exotic. You can get a new one."
You see, he like cracks a smile and starts just nodding as he like gets lost in thought for a moment.
Nice. Well,
I lean over again and I say, "Just hands, just hands."
So then it's settled then, I suppose.
yes. Then, while you begin
Alright.
taking the first group, I think the strongest of us will stay back. Hold out the area. Would
We shall wait the remaining 12 hours before the end of the spell. I will once again recast it to put it back up, and then I will leave. So for the remaining 12 hours, do that as you please.
I guess the next question is deciding on who's gonna stay. So most likely the weakest, so the foot soldiers are probably gonna go first. Out of that, I feel like probably the cleric and the wizard would probably stay back. They wouldn't be on the first group because they're stronger. Cleric has healing spells. The wizard, has wizard spells. What's his name, by the way, Dusty? I want to get a name for that guy because he's like, a named character. I feel like. I'll let you. I want to see your DM genius come up with something on the spot. Unless you already had something planned, I don't even know.
I technically did not have a name planned for him. I didn't know he was going to survive.
For the cleric, just
Well,
call him.
No,
call
not the
him
cleric,
Goblin.
the wizard.
Oh, Chester.
Yeah,
Chester, no.
George.
No.
Chester would actually be a Dark Souls 1 reference. That's pretty dope.
Sir Godfrey.
Godwin.
No, his name is Waglin.
Bro, fuck you guys and Bloodborne.
Oh, Roblox said Chester was off, a man says
Waglin.
Sir Waglin.
Sir Waglin.
Sir Waglin. He shall
Waglin.
stay. All right.
Very well.
Well, then it's decided. I guess we can start this operation then. We'll wait out the other 12 hours. Rest. Continue to rest and relax. I'm gonna drink a lot of blood because I'm thirsty. Let's put a slim picking back there. Most of the times I was like fresh corpses, just having a drain. It wasn't fun.
Real quick, what was that item you guys gave me that I can turn into the armor?
That set of armor.
Yeah.
It was Eben's armor, but it'll turn into a set of armor of invulnerability.
Yeah, it has
But
to be
also has
crafted.
It has to be crafted. It costs 10,000 gold, roughly.
Woo!
10,000 gold
Okay.
in 30 days.
Yeah,
That's not
30
bad.
days. Yeah,
How do
that's
you-
pretty realistic for a legendary item.
How do you spell that? Eben's armor?
Yeah, you can just put armor of invulnerability as well. Like, that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, EBON
Yeah.
is Eben.
Yeah. And the as well as make sure to add the thing in there that it also grants resistance to necrotic damage while wearing. Dustin, I have a question regarding that armor.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. What damage do you take when you fall?
Bludgeoning?
Bludgeoning.
So in theory, if you activated that and jumped off a cliff, you would take no damage.
Yes.
It's not. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh my
not
god,
bad.
I
Oh,
could be an
it's
ODST
damage.
shock
It's not
trooper.
attacks. It's
You're
damage.
welcome.
However,
You're
though,
welcome
if you
for
fall
that.
more
Guys,
than 10
guys,
minutes,
guys,
keep in mind,
Guys, I need this as soon as possible. As soon as possible.
All I'm saying is all I could think was like armor lock in Halo when you just activate that.
No, no.
No,
No,
the
you
only
guys
thing that I
do
can
not
picture is Kratos
understand.
launching himself off a cliff.
though. Yeah.
I am
This is-
going to fucking have a trebuchet. The next big battle that we have trebuchets, I'm loading up as ammunition, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking, what was it?
Yeah, I
Protocol
thought you might
3,
like
protect the pilot, launches the fucking pilot.
Oh my
You
god.
you got that sweet axe now, and you got the fucking arm. Man, this is going good for you, Q.
Man's a
I like,
living
I'm excited to
cannonball.
see your character.
Oh my god, I might not go on Evil Arc now. I just want to keep playing this. Give me this armor.
We're building you up. We can build him stronger, better.
You can build him stronger. and
Do
better.
Oh
it
my god, you
faster
guys are
than
getting,
Cisco.
you guys are all getting the Protect the Pilot fucking
Now,
treatment.
soon it's gonna be like a Transformer thing where he actually like merges with the Steel Defender and it like actually upgrades. It's like
I'm just gonna
Voltron.
do the fucking robot Adderall and sprint in front of every attack that goes towards you guys with haste.
Like I said, Blade Wolf, bro. You got you and Blade Wolf now. You're looking sweet. It's time for Jack
Right.
to let it rip. All right.
I guess okay.
Yeah, we'll
Back
accomplish
for it.
this.
For some of the hours, I guess for the 12 hours, I'm gonna spend most of it meditating.
I would spend it catching up with Emperor Prize and Toto.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I met this asshole, this dude named Strad von Zurovich.
The slurring starts out strong.
I met this
That's actually how I
druid.
got my.
I met this druid who was like really evil looking and shit. You know,
That's actually
like,
how I got this
scar.
the sword I have right now. I traded Craven Edge. Well, it was more of I kind of stole the sword, but left Craven Edge instead. It was a whole thing. He wanted the sword, and whole evil vampire. Did learn a bit about vampirics from him. He offered for me to take over for him. He seemed like he was looking for a successor, but we didn't quite see eye to eye, and things didn't turn out so well. I kind of left him with his head cut off, and, ran out of there. But it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, I mean, we explored a fallen city. I got a pet.
I killed a
Really?
plant on site. I got a pet as well.
Whatever happened with the Giants?
Oh, we're going back. Now that
Oh,
you're with
yeah.
us, we're going back.
That's gonna be your homecoming, brother.
I do need to find something that will stop me from being banished. I need something.
Oh,
that will
you
lock
didn't
me
know about
around.
he didn't know about the worms either.
Yeah, whatever happened with the end of the worms?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
I shift uncomfortably in my armor made of insect a little bit. Like, oh yeah.
Were the Grung okay?
Shut. Toto's just gonna look down.
Damn.
Wait, did how many Grung did die, or was it just like one?
No, not many Grung died.
Not many, but one is too many.
Yes.
Yeah, I just need to find something that'll lock me to this plane. Something that'll protect me from being banished.
I'll tell you what then. We'll visit an old
My
friend
love.
when we're back in town.
We'll
Old
anchor
eyes
you
were-
to our plane.
It's almost like Jet chimes in and says, "Oh yeah, didn't that guy Vitalius give you something to give to your friend here that would lock him to that plane?"
Thank
Oh,
you,
remember.
meta talking character.
Is it in my inventory?
Hands back in the other plane. Shit, my bad.
It isn't someone's inventory. named
It's in
Toto.
some, but it's not.
Oh man, I left it in my other pants. I left it back in fucking shotgun, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's not in my inventory, bro. I swear to God. Hold on.
I
Is
hid
it in the
in
fucking
my-
pocket? I got a pretzel. No, hold on. Chest of holding. I'll pull it out and I'll give it to him. I'm sure I'm the one holding on to it.
He says,
Fucking
"Huh,
Toto
Oh,
like
the
shifts in his
necklace, yeah.
pocket. Toto shifts in his pocket, like pulls it inside out in a butterfly, or like a moth flies out.
what was it called again?"
Oh. Yes, you're right. This is from our friend Vitalius. He said it'll keep you
Oh.
around this time, and I'll
Oh,
drape it
Vitalius.
across his neck.
Oh,
No, you don't want.
Vitalius.
A little too early. A little too early. You want him to have that when we get back.
Take that off right now.
Yeah.
I will.
Don't,
not
don't
wear
be a
it
silly
again.
goose.
And put that on when I get back.
Yeah. Save it for our
Make
special night.
Gremlin watch over us.
Truly.
Like, Toto's gonna kiss two fingers and point them towards the sky.
Hell yeah. All right. But yeah. All right. That was. Yeah. No. I have something in turn for you all, and I give you guys little pins. That they kind of look like. They look like
They're
this.
like little faces. They're like faces of you, like little faces of you.
No, they're not little faces of me. That would be very funny though. As I'm like
Go
going
for
through my
me.
bag, as I'm going through my bag, actually, I find like a flag, like a little old flag. Be like, oh, I won't be needing this anymore. And
Oh my fucking god, this
Nova,
fucking
what
logo.
is that?
What the
that's
fuck?
that's the Falcovian banner right
Yeah,
there.
sure, Nate, sure.
It is. That's actually the Falcovian banner.
It looks a little a little
Isn't that the
Horrible.
third one?
I'm
The
not even
third
kidding. That's actually
Makoto?
the Falcovian banner. I'm like, oh well.
Can you at
suppose
least
I can
invert
just-
the color scheme?
I didn't design it.
It's a little more acceptable when the dot's red.
I didn't design it. Someone on Google did.
somebody off of 4chan.
Yeah, somewhere. I found it in my
Jesus
research.
Christ.
I can't find the goddamn fucking. Do you see it?
Is,
I don't-
is there a salute that we can do in your honor?
I don't get Discord notifications because I'm streaming, and so I didn't notice it.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Do you perhaps put both arms out at a certain length?
Okay,
Or like side
okay.
to side, not in
Okay,
front
no.
of you?
degree angle.
No,
Yeah,
no,
like
no,
a bird
no,
would,
no, no,
you
no,
know,
no, no, no,
A bird would flap.
no, no,
Falco.
no,
Oh,
no,
man.
no.
No, we don't have anything like that.
Alright.
No, we don't.
No, but this was the pin that I wanted to give you. Oh, okay. Well, it fucking didn't load.
Yo, that's so cool. What the
Oh.
fuck is that?
Oh
I
yes,
know.
malware. Love that.
Basically.
I love downloading
God damn
this.
it.
Let me look at the properties of this.
Nate's sending a virus.
1.45 megabytes. Ooh.
I'm not. I can't even open it. I like tried opening the file, and it's like you don't have the means to open this file, and I'm like,
You need
Yeah.
to change it back to a JPEG, I guess.
Yeah, I just did that. Let's see if this
It's
works
just
now.
I like how it's just a file type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just take a picture. And,
Oh,
take
there
a
it goes.
picture
Okay.
and send it.
All right. Here it goes. For all of you.
He's trying not to laugh. It's really weird.
Jacobo, you better explain yourself.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
familiar.
It's like, oh, this is from an organization that I was a part of for a while.
I'm
Evan
not
was
there.
too.
I'm not gonna chime in.
Why not a hammer? Seems silly. Sword. Hammers are much more versatile.
Maybe if you want to fight undead, you should.
I love it anyways.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Jacoba.
Of course.
Man, that's some good skills. Hmm?
Yeah, but
I'm gonna say thanks, old man.
of course. So what have you all been up to? How long has it been for you all?
A year, maybe.
I counted every day you were gone.
I'm not there, but I think it's only been like a month or two, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, Jet.
Yeah,
Jet
you
That's
took
comes in and
78
goes,
days.
You took downtime, so yes.
Oh yeah, we took downtime. Okay, it's probably been like
I
2
feel
years
like-
then.
like- no, it's
Half
like
a year.
2 months.
A year.
Jet chimes in and was like, I met you guys like a month and a half ago.
Well, you know what they say about time. It's perspective, right?
Yeah, something like that.
It felt like so long without you, brother.
Regardless, it's so good to be back with you all.
Good to have you back. We'll get your revenge on those giants soon.
Aye, fuck them things.
I intend to. You can see that like he didn't mean that in like the way that like you would originally
Yeah.
think. He just literally
Nothing
drunk and
goes over my
oblivious.
head. My reactions are
Yeah.
too fast.
You care to know what it means?
Yeah.
I have missed you, Emperor Prize. Actually, he would have said, I have missed you, King Prize.
Oh, my friend. I like pretend to adjust a tie that's not there.
Yeah.
I've moved up in the world a little. Emperor now.
Oh, rather fancy. I myself
Yeah.
have taken a position of power.
Oh yes? Do tell.
Yes. My new title is...
Does it count?
No. No. It's actually Falkfuhrer Alexandru Vladimir Nikolai Ardelean Drakova. But you can call me Falkfuhrer Alexandru Vladimir Nikolai Ardelean Drakova, or just for short.
Okay, Alexandru.
Drakova.
Please call me Alex.
Yes, but please.
Yes, I suppose I would look like shit after all these years if my name was like that and I had to say it every time.
I mean, kind of like Jacoba goes to look in a mirror and be like, I don't look that different, but then like his reflection doesn't show up. So he's like, yeah, I look the same to me.
My drink spills through like multiple holes in my armor as I eject it from laughing hard.
Yeah.
I fall out of my chair and it's a very audible dud or a thud.
It reverberates. Dong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rattling around in the armor.
Jacoba goes and puts his arms around you both and says, "Ah, I've missed you too. It's good to be back."
Ugh. I'm sure Sir Viz will be ecstatic to see you.
How is he doing? I wondered what the little scamp was up to.
Think he took it the hardest when you were banished?
Yes, I did too at first. But then I made a new group of adventurers. But then most of them died. I took that pretty hard too. Jacoba just sits there kind of reminiscing about like his other adventuring group that he met, that like he hung out with for probably like a good like 20 years.
I feel cheated on.
15 years,
Yeah.
years of experience that he hung out with.
I like
good
remove his arm from around my like shoulders and I'm just kind of look at him like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, regardless, it's good to be back with you all.
Technically, yeah, if he's been adventuring with them for like 50 fucking years or something like that, he's known them longer than he's known us.
Yeah, they were good guys.
They're like my family, you know.
Yeah,
Compared to that, we're like acquaintances.
yeah, but
Yeah, no.
most of them are dead nowadays, so. And the ones that aren't the biggest fans of me, so.
Good riddance.
To good news.
As I like put up a high I go for like a high five as I say good riddance.
Yeah. I just like, yeah, I suppose. Kind of sad though, still. Obviously,
I'm like not picking up on the cue that you're sad and I'm just happy that you're back with us. Like in a strict logical way, it's like good.
Yeah.
I think your intelligence went up with your crown, not your wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nonetheless, I suppose we shall drink and relax until the start of this. And as Jacoba reaches in to grab his big glass of presumably red wine, takes a nice gulp.
It's actually Bloody Mary, but like.
Oh, I asked him to pass it on to me. Pass that here.
Okay, and he passes it to you.
I like put it to my lips and you can see that my armor starts drinking it.
What in the
Wine?
fuck is that?
I was just curious.
Yeah,
And
you
I like
see,
passed it back to you.
Yeah, red, pulsy, red, sinuous veins and emanate from the black chitin and just like start slurping.
Like Venom.
Jesus Christ, I look like a giant throbbing cock.
Only on the inside.
It's-
Do not flip
Where
your
it
armor
matters.
inside out.
Yeah.
Bet. Well, I suppose we shall just wait now until 12 hours passes. It's been good to catch up. And during this time, Jacoba continues drinking and telling fun stories of times with his old group of friends that were actually the new group of friends, but are now the old group of friends because most of them are dead. Yes.
Like the way
He's probably
that
remembering like their like children's birthdays and stuff too.
He goes into
they're all
excessive
murdered.
detail on how they died every time.
And that's,
Yeah.
that's when you guys get
Yeah,
happy,
they're
is
like-
like with the second you hear about them starting to die, you're like, yeah.
I was like,
That's when you get
Like,
into
you
the
met-
story.
you met Evan, you know, you saw what happened with him. He was not very happy with me, but, you know, that's, let bygones be bygones. Hopefully his soul is at rest.
there was someone named Kiwi, you know. Good looking guy.
That name does ring a bell.
That's Jake talking. I guess if they're going to be doing that, for my time meditating, does anything happen?
What are you meditating for?
I don't know, just meditating in general. Why not?
honestly, it's strangely
I mean-
calm.
All right, I probably would. I'd probably give up after the first like hour or two, and then I'd go down and I'd probably
Yeah.
shoot the shit.
You
with
do
someone
pass Murdoch in the halls as you're like going down after you just end your meditation. He goes, "Hey, boss, anything happening?"
else. Oh, what? I'm sorry. What did he say?
He said, "Hey, boss, anything happening?
Anything happening?
Anything happening?"
No. No, not really. How are the guests downstairs?
They're surprised about the food we have here, so they're enjoying themselves.
Goes from,
Oh,
like,
I should have been more
no-till bread.
specific. Nightmare. How is Nightmare doing?
Oh, they're well, they're talking, chatting. I'm trying not to interrupt them as much.
That's fine. Within 1 hour of this place dematerializing or ceasing to exist, I need you to draw this under the ground, and I hand him a quick little sketch of the plane shift circle that I've used once before. Do it in the sand pit on the second floor if you can.
I got you, sir.
Alright, that'll be all. Murdoch, you're dismissed.
Thank you. I look forward to not living anymore. And he walks off.
I just try not to laugh as I walk away.
I'm just imagining your character like silently chuckling to himself as like he turns his back to you.
But yeah, if nothing happens during the meditation, then I after talking to him, I'm gonna go down there and you know, I'll start shooting the shit with them.
You hear the same story that Drakova was telling. Yeah, and eventually you all realize that time is getting a little precious in the tower. There's a few moments where the little tiny creature that is handing you out your drinks as you're enjoying yourselves suddenly like blips slightly. You see they kind of shudder for a moment, and then recollect themselves, and you realize, oh, yeah, the tower's about to disappear, and time is precious.
I'll call for Murdoch asking if the circle's ready.
Yes, sir.
All right, go round up the other individuals and have them meet on the second floor.
They're already there.
Oh, good work. Then I will, gesture for everyone to make their way to the second floor. We will take the elevator down.
Gotcha. You all take the elevator down and head over to the second floor. You do realize that he followed your instructions as well as he could. So the sand pit has shifted and is now a type of sandstone. So you can actually use the chalk to make the circle.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I will critique any details that weren't, fully envisioned. But other than that, pretty solid work. I'd probably say it's a 7 out of 10. Pretty good for a first time.
It's actually perfect.
Oh, it's perfect. Oh, the way that you were describing it made it sound like it was
No, I'm pretty sure you need to have like a chalk circle.
There is no, I think, specific circle. I think I was just adding that detail for shits and giggles. Specifically, it just says you need it to just be in a fucking circle of people. You have
yeah.
to link hands. I'm just adding the flavor of drawing circles and shit.
Okay, gotcha.
But before that, the crown will appear, and for a moment my eyes will close as a bright light flashes, and I will extend the duration of the mansion for another 24 hours at that point.
Okay.
Now
Yeah,
I'm
there's
down
this-
to one.
Yeah.
I'm down to one crown point. Let's go. Then I will grab 8 of the people that you guys wanted, and I will look, and I will say, again, there's no guarantee this place will stay. So, excuse me. I don't know where that frosty meat came up really, really rough. My bad. Excuse me. I do not know if it will stay, but be prepared if it does not. and I'll just grab everyone and take out the tuning fork. I'll ting the top of the crown and cast plane shift to Cydia.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. You disappear. Yeah.
Or what happens to us?
What happens?
You wait for a few moments, expecting some deviation. Murdoch turns towards all of you. You see the tentacles kind of spread slightly, and you can see a wide smile on his illithid, kind of pointed, sharpened beak to slurp up brains as he just eerily smiles at all of you. And you see one of the tentacles moves, pulls out his pipe, and it just goes into his mouth. And you see another tentacle lights it, and you see a big old puff of smoke come from this creepy-looking mind flare.
That's fucking cool.
Can I get you anything? We have another 24 hours.
Nice.
Uh,
Yes, we know.
nothing.
A sharpening stone to my room would be excellent.
It's already there.
All right.
I sent a picture of what he looks like. If y'all were more specific on what he looked like, that's what Murdoch looks like. It's in the D&D chat.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I head up to my room and I start sharpening my axe.
Okay.
You guys do anything else before Dustin starts describing the scene that I see?
Nope.
I'm good.
Send it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you teleport back to the manor in Lucidia. And with your new companions, you set off to find many of the Warforged to introduce them to their new work companies. The Warforged themselves go and introduce them to the people who have taken up residence in your small little village. They are given homes to, work out of, and are offered, if they need to, they can begin work on their own abodes, and they can thus find new duties and jobs. There in the town, in your manor, is Sir Viz and Skiffle. And they ask about your journeys, why you were alone.
I
and when
say
you-
that they all died and we were the last survivors.
Do you really say that?
Yes. You threw a fucking loop.
Hold up. Give me a second.
I'm sorry. I just really want
Sir Biz is about to fall to his knees and then fucking, like, on guard you for the next 24 hours before you can cast again.
I want to see what they do.
He's gonna go Alexander the Great, bro. He's gonna fucking kill you for delivering the news and then fucking burn the city.
Yeah. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just very curious to see what they say.
Sir Viz, have an insight check, please.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, Sir Viz is gonna make an insight check.
Yeah, I feel like also the fact that like a group of fucking people just rolled back up with.
I just said we were the last ones left, and we're the only
Yeah.
survivors.
Oh, okay.
You know damn well that he would not bring any fucking survivors back with him if our party wasn't holding him accountable. Johannes would have just dipped.
He has a plus
What do I-
0
what do
to
I
his
roll?
roll a deception check. He has a plus
Deception.
0. He has a plus 0.
I have a +4. Yeah.
You're an evil bastard.
I just really want to see what they say.
You see, he looks dejected for moments, and it was you. You were the one to survive.
So, wait, he's saying I'm the one?
Make a dex saving throw.
This is gonna be our first PK, boys.
Let's go.
Suddenly, The earth around you erupts as he casts he casts a spell on you, and suddenly you're gonna be taking damage.
And now you're
Okay.
mine.
12.
I love it here.
You take 19 points of bludgeoning damage. And the area is now difficult terrain as you see his eyes flash red for a moment, and he just looks at you with fury in his face. You can see immediately Skiffle. Let me roll for Skiffle, actually.
I was am I not allowed to talk now? Or would Skiffle think of the same thing as Sir Viz?
Let me make an insight check. He didn't get a nat 20, so technically you still succeed. Skiffle,
Yeah, but
just
Sir Viz is going on the attack, but would Skiffle do the same?
you see immediately Skiffle looks at Sir Viz and just looks at you and just walks away.
Yeah, what did he get a natural 20?
No,
I'll just smile
thinks-
and I say,
he thinks you're telling the truth. He's just gonna let it happen.
yeah, that's a Skiffle move. I won't lie, that is a Skiffle move. I'll just smile after being like strangled and I'll say, "Can't take a joke."
He still thinks you're lying.
Damn, Jake lied so good. Now he's about to get beat up.
That's hilarious. I mean, I could fight back too. Technically, I would have a turn, but I'm not gonna kill Sir Viz. I can kill him in one turn, I think. I'm not gonna kill him.
Let's say, and then we get back and find out you killed Sir Viz. Dracova's gonna kill you
Yeah, honestly.
in one hit.
No. You tell him that it was a joke. It takes him a second to realize.
I'm just sitting there smiling.
It has to dawn on him that fucking he knows Johannes would not bring anybody with him if he, like the party didn't tell him to.
I probably would.
And just feels silly afterwards.
If you lie to me again, next time, I will kill you.
I think next time your head will explode.
He just smiles at that.
I never stopped smiling.
He can't see you smile.
Oh, I'm smiling in the old man.
Oh, old man form. Okay, fair enough. He just shakes his head and walks away.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does-
you're forced
does
to
Lucidia
awkwardly.
look different, by the way?
Hmm?
Does Lucidia look different, by the way? I never really asked.
The Warforged have been putting in the work.
Okay.
It's not very different, but you can definitely see that they're working away.
Oh yeah, I
Very well.
forgot the time jump because. Yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, that, and I just never really asked about like what it looked like compared to like when we keep leaving and coming back, if it looked
Wait,
different or not. But either way, yeah, I'll just mill around for.
guys, I got a serious question right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dusty, so it's been 20 years for Jakova.
More than that.
Shit!
No. So it doesn't work.
Oh shit!
No, in reality, we actually probably just left there like an hour ago.
Yeah, but
No, what I'm
back
saying is,
there, it might
he
be
left,
20
right?
years.
Mhm.
So now he's back in there. He's waiting 24 hours their time. How long is that here?
Or it doesn't have to be 24. I think it's to the next dawn, so at least 12.
Yeah. How long is it going to be for like us till he gets back? We're going to hit that 12-hour mark, and then we're going to hit the like, oh shit.
Oh,
We
fuck.
we realize that the time difference.
Oh, that's
He's not going to be back for like however the time like the math is. like, 10 times, I guess, because it was like 2 years or no, like 2 months. You did 20 fucking years here. Jesus Christ.
I won't
Yeah,
say
it's gonna be a while.
Who knows? I might teleport back, and then it actually might go backwards in time. We don't know.
That is true. I don't know how. It's not like necessarily a linear thing. I don't know how time works. I'll leave that
Time
up to
works, I
Dusty to
think,
decide.
for like all planes. I think they work differently. I guess we'll figure out when I cast the spell, I suppose.
Yeah, Jake, you better make a character for the new Shadowfell fucking campaign because we're gonna have to wait for yours to show back up.
Yeah, at the end of the campaign, you guys kill the big baddie, and then fucking Johannes comes up. You guys ready to go home?
Yeah. 12 hours later, his time, fucking like it was nothing. we just spent another fucking like 8 years in the fucking hyperbolic time chamber fighting the fucking undead.
You guys ready to go home?
So, Jake, you
Um,
wait the next 12 hours.
Yeah.
Well, you probably just take yeah, you probably just take a long rest, right?
Yeah, I'll just say a long rest. It's basically a long rest.
Yeah. Well, actually,
It's a Mystic Arcanum ability. It's once a day, so it'd be a long rest technically.
Like,
okay.
yeah, don't meta think about like, oh,
Well, is it
like,
every? Okay.
you don't have the realization
Here's
yet.
the thing:
so,
is
like,
it every
take as much
24
time as
hours,
right.
or is it actually like a long rest, like 8 hours?
It's whatever Mystic Arcanum shit is. I could double check.
You please.
Mystic Arcanum.
Dusty, how long would you say it has passed since Drakova left?
Okay, it says right here you must finish a long rest
just over
before you
a
can-
month or so.
It's been like
So
2
it-
months, I thought.
Specifically, it says you can cast your Arcanum spell once without expending a spell slot. You must finish a long rest before you can do it again.
Okay, as long as you take a long rest, you'll be fine.
Yeah, it just says long rest.
So it's 8 hours.
If it said the next dawn, that is an
That's
issue.
Well, it's long rest specifically.
Yeah. So you spend the next 8 hours just doing like another long rest, just relaxing, you know, waiting. Because you would have been able to. Okay, here's the thing. Honestly, you probably spent a good long time after your first day sleeping in the tower because it is a 24-hour thing. So, you know, you
The other
probably
thing is, though,
spent like a
towers-
good 8 hours of your day in the Shadowfell just hanging out, waiting for the tower to
Ouch.
almost fall.
So every day, so if we did
Actually-
2 to 20, like, hold on, real quick, can I explain the math?
Yeah.
If we spent, let's say, 2 months without Ser Dracova, he spent 20 years. You multiply the 20 by 12 to get the in months, and then fucking you divide by the 2, you get 120. So like every month here is or every month back home is 120 here. So
I will say time is weird, so I could teleport back, and it could only have been 5 minutes.
On an alternate moment, though, we're not in the Shadowfell plane of existence while we're inside that tower.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know how time works in that tower.
all right.
That was weird. That's right.
Because if time goes off of wherever the caster is that cast it, well, Jake's inside of Southern time right now. So if it's following his like, you know, the caster's, you know, current location, it's the same thing.
No, yeah, that's weird. I got well, less talking and more. Let's actually see what it does then, because
Yeah.
we're just hypothetical on
Yeah,
this.
this is all theorizing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you wait.
Yeah.
Your time. The 8 hours pass. You know, this is your long rest. Everyone in the tower is currently
during one of
sleeping
those
away.
hours, I spend that time flipping off the penguins. I just want to see what they do. Oh wait, do I find the penguin that like ripped up my note?
Yes.
I'll flip off.
You see so you just said you flipped them off.
Yeah, I flipped off the penguin that ripped my note.
It bites your finger.
Touche. I walk away.
What's your AC?
Fucking. It's fucking 18.
Hold up, let me look up penguin again.
Oh my god!
Fight is an attack.
I didn't. I didn't expect that to happen.
It just hits. It has a +2 to hit. Roll a 16.
Fuck!
You take 1 piercing damage. Is it like thinks your finger is a fish for a moment and just bites it?
I like wave my hand, clever girl, walk away. Oh, fuck you too.
It yells at you and then waddles away. And then you see like 3 grung come around the corner, leap onto its back, and you see it goes into a diving like sliding position. It just starts sliding across the hardwood floors.
That's fucking funny as hell. What a
Slide.
weird town we're in.
Waddle, waddle.
Yeah,
Waddle away.
I'll go behind the house and I'll cast plane shift.
Okay. Where are you plane shifting to?
My mansion.
Okay.
It is a specific place.
It's not
It's in its plane of its own. And it
Do
is
you
a
have-
place. It is a place.
do you have a the ability to do that? Do you have
What do you
the
mean?
do you have the material component needed to travel to that location?
Bastard. I don't have a tuning fork to my fucking plane. Shit. He's right. He's fucking right. Actually, kinda. I don't have a tuning fork, but I remember I made a clay tower that I attached to my crown as a material
That's-
component for the mountain.
Yeah, that's a material component to cast the spell.
But would it also, is it tuning fork specific, or are you looking for something?
Tuning
that
fork
connects-
is specific.
It's so
Or
specific.
it's specific for that spell.
No,
plane
I don't
shift.
have it. I'll teleport to the Shadowfell specifically where I cast the mansion.
Okay.
Because I
You
know
teleport-
exactly where that. I
Yeah.
teleported there once already.
Yes. You teleport, you plane shift to the Shadowfell. You find yourself once again shunted through the world, and you are plopped in the middle of that dark, desolate forest once more. And it is vastly different than when you last saw it.
Uh-oh.
The trees no longer have any leaves. They are dead and decayed. And you see many of them are actively gone from the space. It's as if the whole area is being almost clear cut. And you're confused for a moment, and then you look off towards Stalingrad, the locale where you were previously at, just a day or so ago, for you. And you realize that the city is swarmed, that the walls have been reinforced, and you're pretty sure the undead, or the surviving undead, are making the city their own.
Oh.
You also see a slightly shimmering portal just off to the side.
My door. I go up, open the door, open the wooden door, open the steel or bronze cage, walk in, and I'll say, I don't know, 5th floor. Or I'm sorry, 6th floor.
It goes up. Easy enough. I will say, just for convenience sake, 4 days have passed in the Shadowfell.
4 days.
4 days.
Okay.
Nice.
That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
However, the spell is tied technically to you, so it has lasted 4 days. With the outside world.
Infinite spell glitch. Let's go.
Infinite spell.
Oh shit!
If you were
Cast a
to
spell and
open,
dip.
if you would have opened the door, it would have negated that. So,
Shadow Wizard Money Gang, we love casting spells.
you brought up a very interesting thing. It was just going to be like, you all staying in the tower for a night, and then like you spend 4 days just surviving in the woods. But what Nate said kind of like made me realize that that's it's kind of interesting the way it's
tied
oriented,
to the
because it
user
is
rather than the-
at least for now, because you can lock the spell essentially. Like you can make it so no one can see it, or enter
You
it.
mean like if I like it's like a TP circle where if you cast enough times it's permanent type of shit?
No. Essentially, you can close or open the portal. So essentially, it was closed while you were away. So no one could even interact with it. No one would know it's there. No one could enter it or exit it. So that's kind of why I did it.
Ah.
And for the people on the inside, it only felt like a day, too. That is the thing. Since you were back in time for it, it really didn't affect
And the
you.
tower took your timeline, basically.
Basically, yeah, it took Jake's timeline. If Jake had spent another day, it would not have been the same. You would
It
have
would've been 8 days.
you would have been shunted out, and you would have been in a very different time on the outside.
Ugh.
Okay.
Some
I'll
Steve
go up
Rogers shit.
to the 6th floor. I'll walk over into the dining area. Is anyone at the bar?
Hey, who's at the bar?
Is anyone at the bar? At all?
Yeah, I think we'd all be at the bar.
Probably
Yeah.
am.
Okay. I will. I will rub my hands and say, "Mission accomplished." I see this place didn't burst on everybody. Lo and behold, it's been 4 days outside. I'm surprised that I think the spell is tied to the user rather than the plane that it's on. That it's been cast on. Good to know.
Interesting.
How long has it been for you guys in here?
It feels like about a day.
Very strange. Oh, we'll ponder this another day. I need to rest.
Yeah. It's only been 8 hours since you really re-upped at the tower, so yeah.
I
Another 8
will
hours.
go over and I'll ask the bartender for a giant frosty mead. Giant's frosty mead.
Yeah, you see this like small little like servant. It's not Murdoch, but it pulls like goes off to the side, and out of nowhere it pulls like this giant like barrel of mead, but it's like an iced frozen glass, and he tung, right on the counter, and it just reverberates and shakes for a moment. It's just this massive piece of glass.
Don't forget the frost giants, Tia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all in there. And you do realize that you cannot pick this up. So they give you like a giant bendy straw.
I try to drink it, but I can't.
Eventually, you just have to like you're basically like hovering over the side with the straw in it, just trying to drink it.
Oh, I'm gonna say like I'm a fucking mascot. So it's like bouncing off my mouth, but it's just a mask. I like slide the drink to over who's next to me after I realize I can't drink it. Who's ever next to me, they have my drink now.
I'll drink it.
Okay, Dracova's sitting next to me. He like sees me. I can't drink, and I just push this giant fucking like tanker next to him.
Yeah, it's huge. Even Dracova cannot lift this.
Oh, that's
Damn.
hilarious. It's like an
Can I do a
aquarium.
strength check?
Huh?
Can I do a strength check?
Sure.
This is
Alright,
good.
let's see. Drakova, in a moment of pure determination, he's gonna rage to get advantage at strength checks. And he's gonna do a strength check. 24.
You you are able to lift it off the counter,
That's more than enough.
but it is too unwieldy to really drink from that way.
So, okay, I'm gonna add to this real quick. So, as he was lifting it, and I saw him enter like a raging state to get it off just a little bit, me being hyped up that he's trying to drink, and then I'm already drunk, I'm gonna rage with him, and I'm gonna start helping lift it to his lips.
Okay,
So I'm gonna do my advantage strength check real quick.
got it. Toto's in there too.
Toto's not in there.
Nat
He
20.
ain't got shit.
Nat fucking 20.
With that, Emperor Prize, you like grab the handle of this like giant frosty glass, and like you basically become like the counterbalance to help him, and slowly, it's like what is it like? It's like both of you are like trying to like rotate a car, and you're slowly moving it, and you're just able to like start getting like the little wisps of drink into your mouth, Drakova. It's like trying to swallow like a small pool.
Nice, okay.
Yeah. But luckily, it's being kept stable enough that like the small little waves that hit you, that like are sloshing through, they're like really tiny. It's not like you're not getting a foot of frosty meat on you.
Not getting waterboarded.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm now just imagining like what a giant's cup would look like and how actually big that would be. They're It's definitely huge.
Das bigger boot.
As I see him like getting the drink and like it, somewhat pouring a little bit over his shoulders as he, naturally would. I like lower it and I like just give him. I run up to give him like this big hug. It's just because I'm like so excited that he got the drink from it and that we lifted it together.
Nice.
Well, I couldn't drink that. I'm glad to see someone else got the use out of it. So now we are going to be milling around for the next 8 or so hours before we can go back home. If there's anything anyone else like to do, you may.
I'm gonna point to Toto when you say that. Toto, you and your Echo, you drink next.
My Echo's gonna raise his hand with me.
I just want to see if you can make a strength check.
Little Deku raises his
drink
hand
from
to
it.
The drunk on his shoulder.
Little fucking. What do you call frog legs, bro? Fucking
Frog legs.
fingers.
He mimics you, man. If you're gonna take a drink, he's gonna take a
Yeah.
drink.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, strength check.
Oh, strength check? Alright.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a save.
16. You-
My Echo also gets his own strength checks, though. The fuck?
Roll for the
Between you and
grung. The grung copies your strength, bro.
Between
Oh yeah, my
you-
grung copies my strength.
Mimics you, man. No!
No.
That's
Um,
hilarious.
you and your Echo are having the hardest time, and you're trying. You start getting a couple inches off the counter. This giant frothy icy mug, and as you do that, it's frothy and icy, and all of a sudden both of you slip, and you were worried that like you're about to watch a mini pool go off the side of this counter until your grung just catches it, looks back at you, and then like is the one holding the mug up.
It's like fucking
Fucking
Alice holding the
buff
world
as
with the
fuck.
grung.
And eventually you see he just takes it on his back and kind of like does this big old squat and like tips it backwards enough so you could take a drink out of it.
Best fucking drinking head ever.
He's squatting 2,000 pounds.
Bro's basically his fucking. You're basically Jiraiya right now.
Let's fucking go.
So Q specifically, his little thing, he has a specific little servant where it mimics exactly what he'll do. So if you wanted to spar with it, if you grew to ogre size, the frog would grow to ogre size. If you drew his echo out, the grung would also get not a druid, an echo. It's supposed to be like Connor's good fucking dude to fuck around with it, because it's basically him.
Gotcha.
It is him.
Wait, so his Echo could sit on my other shoulder.
Yeah.
Fucking
Technically.
fantastic.
Hey, once Connor, once I get my armor and everything, if you want to spar for 10 minutes, no holding back because I'll be immune to all like physical damage.
I mean,
That could be fun.
alright, yeah. Except for my shit is magical.
Just give me the hands then.
Fuck no.
After witnessing that, I'm going to stand up and I'm gonna go start wandering the mansion.
Okay. What are you wandering to find?
I'm just gonna wander.
Not all who wander are lost.
I texted you something, Dustin.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go wander about.
Cool. Cool beans.
Before I leave, I'll save when we're ready. I'll have Murdoch fetch me, and we'll be on our way.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would all wish to do? Or
I think I'm good for the moment.
Connor and Nate.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm all good.
All right.
okay. Eventually, a long rest is had from all of you. And eventually, Johannes comes back down. You all gather yourselves, ready yourselves for another plane shift. I'm pretty sure you might have to banish one person.
It's 8 people specifically. Who is the extra?
Because technically you can only take 8 of the guards with you, and there were 11 of them.
Let's banish Sir Dracova again.
So you still have
Oh.
the mage, the cleric, and one other guard.
All right. Well,
I'm pretty
I'd
sure.
say ban either.
I guess
Jet-
give me the horn and I'll take the ride.
yeah.
And
I was gonna say, Jet and
Jet or
Jet-
Toto because they have the means of getting back.
yeah, I think Jet and Toto will both get banished because I think you have to banish 2 people, right?
Oh, wait, doesn't
Well,
banish
what's the
take you to
map?
the 9 hells?
No, it sends you
No.
back to the plane you're originally from. That's the whole reason why we're here.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're from originally the 9 hells.
Yep. Otherwise, banish doesn't work on you if you're from there. Like if you're just from wherever you're getting banished from.
Yeah. I think I'm good. I think it's like if I die, I go there or some shit.
Yeah, it's probably that. If you send a contract when you die, your soul probably goes to the 9 hells or something like that. Either way, yeah. If that's the case, if that's the math, and I need to banish 2 people, I'll banish fucking Jet Neptune and Toto because they have the means of getting back.
Okay, let me organize these people appropriately. You only need to banish one person, technically.
Oh, then I'll banish Jet Neptune.
Fair enough. That makes
Yeah, I'll look
Hey,
at
wait a
him.
minute, what? And just like
I'll look at him and I'll say, "No hard feelings," and I just snap my fingers and he's gone.
Oh wait, no. You're right.
He's gone. two people or one?
No, you didn't need any. You were just on the cusp.
Oh, he's already gone.
Because you can only travel with 8 other people, and that's you and 8 others. So technically 9 in total. I miscounted. But you already
He's already
banished him?
gone though.
Okay.
I already can't. I just want to see how this goes. He's our
Damn.
current mage, and he's not necessarily that important in terms of being in the group. But like, I'm committing to this.
Yeah, you do know. It's a concentration. You have to keep it for a minute.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, I can still cast plane shift though. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Right? Well, okay. I'll mill around for a minute. I'll like sit there tapping my
Yeah.
foot
Easy enough.
until I feel the spell fade.
Yeah.
where did he go?
You'll find out.
He went home.
Oh,
He went home, whatever that means.
Yeah, you find yourself back in in your
Gwynedd?
home, Gwendolyn. Yeah.
there you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever the name is. I think it's
I'm gonna
Gwendolyn?
stop and say,
Gwendolyn.
yeah, I'm gonna say hello to my mother and father, and then I'm going to use teleport and go back to
Easy enough.
Colburn.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed that we didn't get to see if Toto was from this material plane of world or not.
As soon as like Toto was like, "Wait, I might end up in the 9 hells," I'm like, "I ain't fucking risking it. I ain't risking it. I'm not risking that shit. I'm banishing Jet Neptune."
I know. I think Toto's one of the ones that we don't even know fully if he's from this plane.
He was a 50-50. It made it seem like he was from Southern, but at the same time, we don't know.
Because I don't think we ever really, like... I don't know, I don't think me and Connor have ever really talked about it.
I mean, shit, I'm not, but I have the means to get back. Either way, yeah, plane shift back to Lucidia.
All right.
What happened? What do we see, Dusty?
Yeah, so you all find yourselves back in your manor, in your newly found home. Not much time has passed, in all honesty. And it is a comforting feeling and a place to be.
So, you said not much time. I would love a number.
Um, Probably about 8 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It seems that the time on the material plane is about regular as compared to the Shadowfell. Not much has changed.
True.
So, with that, you all are home. Jakova, you finally get to walk the hallowed halls of Coleman Manor, and you see the progress that they have made in, for what, for you was 90 years. Here, it's clearly not been as long, but they've already done good work. You see hundreds of Warforged marching around. You see humans and dwarves, the people you saved from the giants. It feels good being back.
It's good to be back, baby.
It is. I look, I say. So where's the bat? Where's that giant?
You look around, you like see a giant robot head after you said giant.
Yeah,
You see Junior.
not that one.
What the fuck is that?
You see a Warforged like quietly talking to him, and you see he's pointing out a couple trees that like are looking really rough, and you see the eye of the giant robot starts firing up, and then a giant blasting disintegrating ray just shoots out, and you see it just fells like 20 trees in a row. You see the Warforged kind of like puts a thumbs up, and you see the Warforged go and start harvesting these trees, and you immediately see they start like cutting them in half and making them into lumber.
Look at Drakova. A lot's passed in the last 2 months.
I see.
Yeah.
Where your bet is, I have no idea.
You go and get a newfound tour of the old manor. The grung are the same as they've always been. It looks a little bit better in here. There's been work done. And
Nice.
you head upstairs to your room, and immediately feel like this cold presence stare down at you, and then launch itself onto your back. You're pinned to the floor, and turn your head slightly to see your giant mounted Stygian bat has taken up
Nice.
residence in your room.
Nice. I'm gonna give it a little hug, and I'm gonna say, let's go get you some food.
It seems very happy about that, and gets off of you, unpins you, and kind of allows you to mount it.
Gotta go find a cow.
Easily done so.
Nice.
The first flight in a long time feels fantastic.
That's what's up.
A
That
lot
is
of-
what's up.
A lot of time has passed, but you immediately feel that innate memory coming back to you, and there's moments, especially you flying now, that feels like you never even left.
It's nice being back.
And with that, I am going to end the session.
No!
I have to play D&D again in 7 minutes. So,
Oh, you're all good.
yeah.
Word.
Thank you for hosting, Dusty.
Hey,